The night sky over Gotham is thick with storm clouds. Thunder rumbles in the distance as the bat signal cuts through the darkness, glowing against the heavy mist. Rain pours over the towering skyscrapers, drenching the city in a cold, eerie atmosphere. Batman stands on the edge of a high rooftop, his cape billowing in the wind. His sharp eyes scan the streets below, every movement calculated, every sound analyzed. Gotham is never quiet, and tonight is no exception. From the far end of the city, a red and gold streak of lightning slices through the rain-soaked streets. The Flash moves at incredible speed, the pavement sizzling beneath his feet as the friction from his motion generates small sparks of electricity. His suit shimmers under the neon lights of Gotham's skyline, leaving a trail of glowing energy in his wake. In a fraction of a second, he stops just beneath the bat signal, his boots skidding slightly on the slick concrete as he lifts his head to the sky. From the rooftop above, Batman watches him closely. His eyes, hidden beneath the shadows of his cowl, narrow with suspicion. He takes a slow step forward, the rain cascading off his armored suit. His voice is deep, controlled, and laced with an unmistakable authority. "You're in my city, Flash." Flash smirks, wiping raindrops off his suit. His tone is casual, almost teasing. "Relax, Bats. I'm just visiting." A silence stretches between them, tension thick in the air. Batman's eyes flicker with unspoken questions, while Flash's grin never falters. "You really think you can stop me, Batman?" Flash asks, his voice full of playful challenge. "I don't have to stop you, Flash," Batman responds, his voice calm but heavy with determination. "I just have to keep up." With that, Batman crouches, his cape billowing as he leaps into the air, his trajectory aimed straight at Flash. Flash's eyes widen with recognition of the move and, in an instant, he's gone. The street is empty, the only sound being the faint whistle of wind as Batman lands with a crash on the street below. The Flash reappears at the far end of the street, having outrun Batman's attack in a blink of an eye. He grins, feeling the rush of his speed. With a crack of thunder, Flash launches himself forward again, a blur of red and gold energy surging through the rain. Batman, however, is not far behind. He uses his grappling hook to swing high above the streets, following Flash with precision. "You're fast, but not fast enough," Batman mutters to himself as he swings through the rain, his cape trailing behind him. Flash turns a corner, but Batman is already there, waiting. With a silent motion, Batman lands gracefully in front of him, crouched low and ready for a fight. Flash smirks, tilting his head slightly. "You're persistent, I'll give you that." Without warning, Batman lunges forward with a swift, calculated punch. Flash dodges it effortlessly, moving faster than the eye can follow. But Batman anticipated the move. He spins and kicks Flash in the side, sending him skidding across the wet concrete. Flash recovers instantly, his grin wide as he stands up. "Not bad, Bats. But you're going to have to do better." The battle between the two intensifies. They exchange blows in rapid succession, each one attempting to outmaneuver the other. Batman's strikes are heavy, powerful, and precise, while Flash dances around him, his speed making him almost untouchable. However, Batman's years of training and discipline allow him to anticipate Flash's every move. With a sudden feint, Batman sweeps Flash off his feet and throws him into the side of a nearby building. Flash slams into the wall with a thud, but he's already on his feet again before the dust settles. Flash grins, brushing off the dust as he stands up. He wipes the back of his hand across his forehead, showing no signs of slowing down. "You're tougher than I thought," he says, his voice full of admiration. Batman narrows his eyes, his jaw clenched as he watches Flash bounce back with ease. "You're fast, Flash, but you don't have the control. You rely on your speed, but you don't think ahead." Before Flash can respond, Batman's grappling hook shoots from his wrist, catching onto a building overhead. Batman swings with incredible force, closing the distance between them in the blink of an eye. The impact of Batman's landing sends a shockwave through the street, the ground cracking under the force. Flash, unable to dodge in time, is hit square in the chest, knocking the wind out of him. He stumbles back, but his reflexes keep him on his feet. "I'm impressed, Batman," Flash says, a glimmer of respect in his voice despite the playful tone. "But that's not going to stop me." He vanishes again in an instant, appearing behind Batman. Before the Dark Knight can react, Flash taps him lightly on the shoulder, grinning. "Gotcha." Batman slowly turns, a smirk forming on his lips as he looks at Flash. He knows this game all too well. "You're quick, but you still underestimate me," Batman says quietly. "I've been tracking your every move." Before Flash can respond, Batman's fists fly in a blur of motion, the force of each punch almost as fast as Flash's own movements. Flash dodges, but he's forced to retreat, realizing that Batman has found a way to anticipate his speed. With a loud crash, Flash slams into a nearby dumpster, but quickly regains his footing. He grins through the pain. Alright, bats. I think it's time to turn this up a notch. The rain intensifies, blurring their figures as they move faster than ever. Flash zooms past Batman, but Batman reacts quickly, launching a series of explosive devices that create blinding flashes of light. Flash stops in his tracks, momentarily disoriented by the sudden burst of light. You think you can blind me, Batman? Flash smirks, but his vision is still blurred. Batman closes the distance with ease, his cape swirling around him. I don't need to blind you, Flash. I just need to slow you down. With another swift move, Batman launches a net that ensnares Flash, the ropes tightening around him as he struggles. Flash struggles against the net, his muscles vibrating with the sheer force of his attempts to break free. He narrows his eyes, looking at Batman with a mix of frustration and respect. You're really taking me seriously now, huh? Batman stands tall, arms crossed, watching Flash's every move, his expression unreadable. I've always taken you seriously. It's you who underestimated me, Batman responds, his voice calm, almost chilling. With a final, powerful burst, Flash uses his speed to break free, the net snapping apart in a flash of sparks. He lands gracefully on the ground, his eyes focused on Batman. That was impressive, Flash admits. But I'm not done yet. Batman's eyes glow faintly in the darkness as he activates his new gadget, a small device that emits a high-pitched frequency. Flash's face contorts in discomfort, his speed faltering for just a split second. What did you do? Flash asks, his voice strained. It's a frequency disruptor, Batman replies, his voice low. I've adapted, Flash. You're not the only one who can evolve. As the device pulses, Flash finds himself slowing down, his incredible speed reduced to a mere blur. Batman advances, each step calculated, his movements precise. This is the real challenge, Batman says. Now, let's see if you can keep up. Flash grits his teeth, realizing the gravity of the situation. He tries to accelerate, but his efforts are now only a fraction of his usual speed. This isn't over, he mutters to himself, determination hardening his features. With a sharp exhale, Flash dives into the shadows, vanishing completely from Batman's sight. Batman's eyes scan the area, his every sense heightened. He waits patiently, knowing Flash will strike again. Suddenly, Flash reappears from behind Batman, too fast for the human eye to track. He delivers a swift punch to Batman's side, sending him tumbling. Batman rolls and regains his footing instantly, but Flash is already gone, vanishing into the rain-soaked streets. Impressive, Batman mutters, now aware that Flash has adapted to the situation as well. Batman wipes the blood from his lip, a slight grin forming despite the pain. He's been in worse situations, and he knows he'll find a way out. You've got skill, Flash, Batman admits. But this isn't your city. He taps his wrist, activating a small drone. The drone shoots into the sky, scanning the area for any sign of movement. Flash watches from a rooftop, a plan already forming in his mind. You really think a drone can stop me? He laughs to himself, but there's no humor in his voice. He knows Batman is prepared for anything. As the drone flies overhead, Flash zooms through the streets, staying just out of sight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Flash waits for the drone to pass, his eyes narrowed in concentration. As soon as the drone moves out of range, he explodes into motion, his legs moving like blurs of lightning. He speeds through the rain, weaving in and out of the streets with a precision that even Batman finds impressive. But Batman's ready. As Flash turns a corner, Batman's voice rings out, calm and steady. You think you can escape me? Flash stops dead in his tracks, realizing Batman has anticipated his every move. You're fast, but not fast enough, Batman says as he steps into view, blocking the alleyway. Flash narrows his eyes, preparing for the next move. Flash grits his teeth, adrenaline pumping through his veins. He crouches, ready to dash again, but Batman speaks again. It's not about speed, it's about control. Before Flash can react, Batman throws a series of smoke pellets, engulfing the alley in thick black clouds. Flash's enhanced senses kick in, but the thick smoke disorients him, making it hard to pinpoint Batman's exact location. He starts to move quickly, dodging in and out of the fog, trying to regain his bearings. Batman, on the other hand, moves silently through the smoke, his stealth unmatched, closing in on Flash. You can run, but you can't hide, Batman says, his voice echoing through the fog. Flash knows this is the moment he needs to turn the tide. Flash realizes that he's been cornered. With a burst of speed, he leaps straight up, clearing several stories with ease, and lands on a rooftop. Batman watches calmly from below, adjusting his stance as he prepares for the next phase of their battle. You can't outrun me forever, Batman says, his voice unwavering. Flash stands tall on the rooftop, breathing heavily. He has to rethink his strategy. Then I'll have to outthink you, he mutters to himself. With a smirk, Flash begins to run again, this time using the rooftops to his advantage, his speed undeterred by the chase. Batman follows, moving with precision, leaping from building to building with almost equal agility. As the chase intensifies, Flash realizes Batman isn't just relying on gadgets or technology. Batman's mind is his greatest weapon. Flash pauses, thinking quickly. He can feel Batman gaining on him. The city below is a maze of streets and alleys, but there's an opening in front of him. With a sudden shift in direction, Flash sprints toward the edge of the rooftop. He leaps, using his speed to propel himself across the gap. Batman sees this and quickly calculates the trajectory, leaping after Flash with the same precision. For a split second, the two heroes are airborne, flying through the rain, each moving with calculated intent. Flash lands first, rolling and springing to his feet. You'll have to do better than that, Flash taunts, already preparing for Batman's next move. Batman lands with perfect form, his cape billowing in the wind. He stands tall, looking at Flash with unwavering intensity. I don't need to outspeed you, Batman says. I just need to outlast you. Flash and Batman stand face to face on the collapsing rooftop, rain pouring heavily around them. Both are exhausted but determined. Flash knows he can outrun Batman, but the Dark Knight is always one step ahead. It ends here, Batman says firmly, activating a hidden device on his belt. A pulse of electromagnetic energy disrupts Flash's speed, causing him to stumble. Seizing the moment, Batman closes the distance, but Flash reacts instantly. Summoning a final burst of energy, he creates a powerful whirlwind, forcing Batman back. For a moment, they stare at each other in silence, breathing heavily. The battle is over, not won or lost, but understood. With a mutual nod of respect, both disappear into the storm, leaving only the echoes of their clash behind.